Hi guys, Veno here, and it's time for another entry in the 3 a.m. Ramblings with Veno. It's currently 20 past 1 a.m. on Thursday, the 9th of January 2025. How are you guys doing? Hopefully you are doing very, very well. If you're new to my channel or new to this series, this is a series of videos that I tend to do a bit of a ramble at an early time in the morning. I say 3 a.m. rambles with Veno because I actually used to do this at 3 a.m. So when I was working my old job, different to the job I'm working now, the job before, I used to go to bed around 3 a.m. and as I was sitting down, I would turn the camera on my phone and ramble for a bit. Most of my videos are vlog style videos, so yeah, 3 a.m. ramblings with videos is 3 a.m. ramblings with Veno is more of a concept than necessarily at 3 a.m. because it's now 25 past 1 right now. But it did used to happen at 3 a.m. or around the 3 a.m. sort of time slot. Hence why it's called that. I've literally just made myself a nice cup of tea. So you could say it's time for a cuppa as well, in the obligatory mug, no less. Oh, that is bloody lovely. Having a cup of tea in a few days, actually. That's a bloody love cup of tea. Bloody love, bloody love, bloody lovely. Good cup of tea. So, this is probably going to be the last 3 a.m. ramblings with Veno on this phone. I might be doing OTGV tomorrow, depending on how things go. But yeah, this is going to be the last 3 a.m. ramblings with Veno on this phone. You may be wondering, why? What's going on, Veno? So, I said the other day that I might take something down to CX. I did end up taking something down to CX. I got much more for the thing that I took down than I thought I would. So I was thinking of what to do with the money, the extra money. And then basically, long story short, the universe kind of forced my arm, so to speak, bent my arm into the decision. And the decision was to get a new phone. So I've been using the Xiaomi Redmi Note 10 Pro. I've actually been using this phone for about 2 or 3 years now, give or take. I haven't used the phone the whole way through. I had a S22 Ultra at one point, S23 Ultra at one point, and I've gone back to this phone. I had a OnePlus? I forgot what the phone's called, a OnePlus 70 Pro, whatever it's called. I've completely forgotten what that phone was called. The one with the dodgy screen on it. The one that I might set up as a phone, actually, in order to be able to do phone kind of stuff when I want to use my phone as a camera. We'll talk about that in a little bit in this video. So yeah, what was I going to say? Yeah, been using a Xiaomi Redmi Note 10 Pro, and I actually quite like this phone. I'm not going to lie. I am going to be selling this phone. I will make that quite clear at this point to recoup some of the money I just spent to get the new phone. And we'll talk about that in a moment. But I do have a strange admiration. That's a good word. A strange admiration for this phone. However, it's starting to show signs that maybe I need to replace it. The main thing it's done over the last couple of weeks is reset itself a couple of times. So I was doing something over the weekend with my phone and it reset itself, and I actually, as in rebooted, and it actually took a good 5 minutes before it turned back on again. And then earlier today, it then decided to reboot itself. I think it's because I'm trying to do too much with the phone, and the phone is just not, I'm literally emptying the cache and the RAM and all that kind of stuff with this phone daily to try and keep it going. And even then, if I do too much with the phone, it just disappears up its own arse, which is the same we have over here. And good old Blighty, yeah, it just slows to a complete crawl. And I do quite a lot of stuff with Discord, and it's no secret that Discord is a bit of a resource hog. Discord is an absolute memory leak. It leaks like a holy bucket in terms of memory. So I don't think this phone is good for me. So I've gone for an S24 Ultra, is what I've gone for. I paid off my contract. It was actually due to come to an end in April this year anyway. I paid it off a little bit early, and I'm going to be, as I said, selling this phone in order to recoup some of the cost that it cost me to pay off the rest of the contract. And that phone's arriving tomorrow, or later today technically. So I'm going to be working from home tomorrow in order to receive that. But yeah, that's essentially what's going to be happening. And I'm actually looking forward to having an S24 Ultra or a Samsung phone back in. Really looking forward to it. It's going to work much better with my Galaxy Watch than this phone does. Also, my muscle memory when it comes to Samsung is far better. I know how to work a Samsung inside and out because I've had Samsungs most of my smartphone life. So, and nowadays they are pretty standard in their offerings. Also, I was literally saying in the last OTTV I did, I don't like the warbler effect this phone gives me. I know how to turn it off on a Samsung phone. So there are little things here and there that I'm really going to enjoy having a Samsung phone back. I have gone for the 512 capacity option, which actually was the S23 Ultra, the capacity I had for that, which means it should have the maximum amount of memory that they can have, which I think is either 8 or 12 gig, depending on the region. I haven't actually checked what the maximum memory in the UK is, but yeah. So I'm getting an S24 Ultra. I don't sound too excited about it right now because I'm actually knackered. I got barely sleep last night. I got 3 hours sleep if I was lucky. I was laying down and I just had this bundle of energy that I wanted to, that I wanted or needed to spend, but it wasn't necessarily an appropriate time in the morning to spend, and I had to get to sleep because I was working today. So all those kind of things. So long story short, I got 3 hours sleep. I don't know how I managed to make it through today. Coffee, lots of caffeine, essentially, I think has made me through today. That's probably why I'm not as excited for the S24 as I probably could be, because I'm knackered in more ways than one. That's bloody lovely. What was I going to say? I've actually started reading through one of those Tune and Fairweather books. They are fantastic. Those books are beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I don't think there's much else to say in this 3am ramblings with Veno. I just wanted to do a bit of a send-off to the Redmi in terms of that. And what I'll probably do is I might even record a little cheeky OTGV on the Samsung S24 Ultra tomorrow and upload that for Friday. And I think, doesn't that mean I've done one video a day this week? Shock horror. I think that actually does mean I've done a video a day this week, so that's something. Because this will be uploaded at some point today and made live some point today, and then I'll do the OTGV tomorrow from the Samsung S24, and then I'll upload that on Friday. Yeah, so I think that's one video a day. I swear there is another video that I have coming soon. I've actually ordered the limited deluxe edition of Bruce Dickinson's latest solo album, The Mandrake Project. So basically, I was umming and ahhing whether to get it from either Amazon or eBay. So, long story short, I frequented H&V down in my city centre on a few occasions, and they had a section that was dedicated to deluxe music editions, basically. And they had this edition for £35. I didn't think that was too bad of a price for that, personally. And they had it for the bits and bobs that I was going to get. They had a Pink Floyd deluxe edition called Pulse, I think it was called, that I was thinking of getting. A couple other things here and there that I was thinking of getting. Well, I went down to H&V about a month or two ago, and they've moved that section. It's gone completely. It's now filled up with 4Ks, I think, or vinyls. One of those two. It's now filled up with something else. And I did ask a member of staff, and they kind of looked at me like I had three heads, like didn't understand what I meant by deluxe music, editions, and stuff like that. And then I saw it on eBay the other day, and I did a double take, because on eBay it's $12.99, and there was me thinking, hang on a minute, why were H&V selling it for £35 and eBay was selling it for $12.99? And then looked at Amazon, lo and behold, it's the exact same price. Weird. It's now out of stock on Amazon, and they're now charging £31 for it. But I'd already found a copy on eBay and was already watching it, so I went ahead and bought it, basically. And it cost me $12.99, and that's arriving tomorrow, if I'm not mistaken. So that'll be a video. Also, the other day, when I've got a NVMe enclosure, and all to get it same day, you had to order at least £20 worth of stuff, and I ended up picking up Iron Maiden's latest album, which is Senjutsu. Sorry. I'm not sure how you pronounce that. For those who don't know, hopefully most people do, Bruce Dickinson's the lead singer of Iron Maiden. Actually, I have to thank a colleague at work for this one, because he was actually wearing an Iron Maiden top. So I was actually at work, waiting to start work, when I was looking at getting the NVMe enclosure, which is currently attached to my PS5 at the moment, because I was using it to offload all of the videos and stuff. I have 50 gigs worth of videos on my PS5, and that's a terabyte NVMe in there at the moment. So, quite, and it's really fast transfer speeds. And I was trying to think, what else could I add to make it £20 or more? And then I was like, hang on a minute, let's look up Iron Maiden, the latest album, and lo and behold, that was also, if you buy this with another item and they both equal £20 or more, you get them the same day. So I got this last week. I've actually been listening to this actually on my stereo system that's down there that does take CDs, and I had a newfound appreciation for this album. Actually, I wasn't too impressed with it, apart from the writing on the wall, which I really do enjoy that song. But I actually have a newfound appreciation for this album after receiving it physically. Anyway, that's it for this edition of 3am Ramblings with Veno. I will see you, I would say tomorrow, but technically later, on the Samsung S24 Ultra. And I'll also see you in the next video. Goodbye.